Okay. Sorry. How are we doing now? Okay, much better. Sorry. I blasted your speakers, huh? Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Something was wrong in the inner mixer of the computer. But hey, I'll put some music in the background. Cool, Tabitha. Hello, Tabitha. So, welcome, family. Here we are, Sunday. Cold, rainy out there. And a lot is going on today, so I thought, you know what, if we're all at home and, we kind of sitting here, let's just get together. Hello, Chalita. I'm wearing the black shirt with the lion today because we need the courage and the bravery of the lion in the portal that is happening today. There's quite a few things happening today. Let's start with the first one, that as of this morning, I'll tell you the exact time. The exact time was, just a second, the exact time was 4:44 a.m. in the morning, Melbourne, Australia time. Pluto went retrograde. Ooh. That's why the black. Pluto, the dark, the fear, death, pandemic, viruses, the deepest fears, the deepest traumas. So whatever we've been going over the last few months, it was like, oh, check this out. Like, oh, thank you for your birthday wishes, beautiful people. Yeah, I had a nice Korean birthday yesterday at home with my family, with good food, a good cake, and good movie, just quality time with family, talking, connecting, all the Korean stuff, which is great. So thank you, Kelly. Welcome, Kelly. And Kimberly. Kimberly is here. Awesome. And Hector. Hola, hermano. So, today, 4:44 a.m., Pluto went retrograde. And Pluto will be retrograding for nearly 5 months until the 4th of October. So here we are, 6 months now of retrograde season begins. First, Pluto. Then we'll have Jupiter and Saturn. Also we'll have Venus and Mars. It's gonna be a massive retrograde season. So you can say everything we've been through over the last months, and we all know what we've been through, is now going again. Rewind. Let's go through all of it, reconfigure, re-understand, confront our fears. So Pluto is around power and control. So, over the last few months, we all experienced a situation where we lost control in some ways, we lost power in some ways. We are under the authority kind of restrictions. It's controlling us. We all may feel kind of disempowered by it in some way, shape, and form. It brings up fears, fear of death, the most primal fear. That's Pluto, fear of death. And so, over the last few months, many people are challenged to confront their fear of death, and many people are living in a state of mind, a state of being that, how am I not going to die? How am I not going to get this poo, as we call it on this channel, right? So, oh, Laura joined us. Hello, Laura. Gracias. So, here we are. Today is the first day, 4:44 a.m. Pluto retrograde. All the fears that came up for us over the last few months, all the pain, dynamics of power, of control, everything that we've been confronting, it suddenly came up to the surface. Now Spirit is saying, now that you became aware of it, let's retrograde into it. Let's reflect on it, let's reconfront it, readjust it, reprocess it, rethink it. So that's just the first layer of Pluto. Then at 6, what time did I wrote? 6, what was that? 6:20, 6:47. At 6:47 exactly, the sun, she's already there, right? Uranus is on the 6th degree of Taurus. The sun is coming. She's on the 6th degree already since yesterday, last night. But she's closing in on Uranus, and at 6:47, they will make love. Now, let's look at the potential baby of Sun making love to Uranus in Taurus. So in order for us to understand, each star sign, we can say they make love in a different scenery, right? So in Gemini, they might make love on the trading desk in the office at work when they usually have meetings. In Taurus, they're making love on Mother Earth, in nature, naked, feeling completely safe, just like enjoying the pleasures in the most simple way. Of course, they finding a very good quality piece of nature with cushiony grass and no mosquitoes, no insects. Just beautiful, yeah? Butterflies flying around, there's a hummingbird singing, that kind of a thing. Now, the sun is the soul, the essence, the I am, the foundation of us, the source of life, and it comes to meet Uranus. So Uranus is the disruptor, the rebel, the sudden, unexpected, shocking change. Yesterday he was a CEO, today came out that he wants to be a drag queen. Oh, wow. Drag queen from the CEO. Wow, amazing. Yesterday she was an atheist that was doing paganic rituals, and suddenly now she is a born-again Christian. Whoa. Things like that. Like suddenly out of nowhere, you're born-again Christian? Like, what's going on? That's Uranus. And Uranus is also from the future. So think of like Back to the Future, the movie. Think that that's what Uranus. How do they travel in through time in Back to the Future? They're waiting for the lightning to strike the time clock tower, yeah, in order to generate the energy for them to travel to time and space with new technology, innovation into the future. That is exactly Uranus. The metaphor of Uranus is the lightning, the symbology. Because the lightning, it hits you, you don't know where, you don't know when, but it just comes. Now, if you are camping in nature and suddenly, this is my favorite story actually. Think about it like that. You camp in nature and it's kind of like, kind of cold night, you're in your beautiful kind of sleeping bag and you're like, oh, it's so nice, so beautiful. But suddenly you have pee in the middle of the night. Now it's this piece of nature, you're in the wilderness, there's nothing around. You're like, all right, cool, you don't even take your flashlight because it's your tent. You're gonna go take 2 steps from the tent and do your thing. So you come out of the tent and, for the men we stand, for the ladies they sit, whatever you are, and you pee, and you enjoy the moment. You're like, oh, that's just so, oh yeah, oh, just cool. But suddenly, the lightning hits. And as the lightning hits, in front of you, you see a bear. Now, in that moment, think about it, you're like, you saw a bear. Now the lightning disappeared. You don't see the bear anymore. But you know that the bear is there. So you can't go back to sleep in your tent like as if nothing happened. It changed your night completely forever, unexpectedly. You were planning to go back, snuggle into your sleeping bag, sleep like a baby. But suddenly, now you know there's a bear. What do? Where is the bear? You can't even see it, but you know it's there. You're freaking out, shock, trauma. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. Anxiety, nervous system, tension, electricity in the body. Like, oh, I need to get out of here now. I need to think. I need to come with solution. Okay, forget about the tent. Just run. Just run and find a place to hide. you come up with an innovative idea that has to be found in that moment in order to take you from the present moment you're in into the future moment you want to be in, which is safe and secure from the bear. Now, Taurus, where they make love on Mother Earth, Taurus is around safety, security, stability. We spoke about it a lot lately. It is about the finance, the economy. It's about the physical health. It's about relationships, the family, the love, the quality, the pleasures, the sensuality, sexuality. So the fact that the Sun comes to meet Uranus in Taurus, it means that we might experience, there's a few aspects to it, right? Let's start with the less comfortable one. You might experience active nervous system. You might experience that you are a bit kind of itchy maybe. Something might happen, something might have happened already today, maybe yesterday, maybe tomorrow. Something will happen that you didn't quite expect, and it just happened and it caught you off guard, and you kind of like, you're a bit in shock. It's like, what? Right? So it's like, and in the department of Taurus, department of your finance, of your money, of your investment, of your physical health. Physical health, for example, you might suddenly get like maybe muscle spasms or nervous tension, irritation. Maybe you find yourself that you're kind of a bit restless, like, you didn't expect that, it suddenly happened. With your money, suddenly you realize that you've lost $100, or maybe you won $100. Something that you thought to invest in suddenly kind of surprised you and took off or smashed down. Things like that, right? So that is kind of big, because the Uranus is already in Taurus for a while, but the Sun comes to it now in a new territory. Uranus is now in a new territory it hasn't been in since the 1930s. And so, to be more precise, since 1935. Okay? So he's now for the first time in this 6th degree of Taurus since 1935, and he's meeting the Sun. After the Sun, reminding you, squared Saturn, and also passed through the Pluto and the Jupiter. So the Sun went like Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn, Mars. Now the Sun comes into Uranus. Alright? So there's a process going on here of the soul, of the I am. So it's very interesting that the Sun meets Uranus today, making love to Uranus today, at the same day that Pluto went retrograde. So that's already kind of can be a bit daunting, because like, oh no, what's gonna happen now? Oh my God, is the poo gonna get even worse? Are we gonna have even more extreme? Oh my God, oh, what are we gonna do with the business? Oh, you're not getting the job keeper, you're not getting the job seeker. Oh my God, things like that. You're starting to go into fear-orientated thoughts, insecurity. You might have to confront dynamics of power and control within your relationship. Maybe you are the over-controlling and you need to learn to let go, and you'll be forced to learn to let go. Maybe you are the side that was being controlled, and suddenly you will find the need to rebel and to break free, because Uranus is also revolution, breaking free. Uranus wants to break free from the past, to break free from the stagnation and the routine and the structure of the Taurus. It wants to break free, to let me go into the future. I want to do something new. I had enough of that. That's been too stagnant, too long, too old. It's time for something new. I'm done with this. But I must say, it can also be a very, very positive if you are in the right place and you've been preparing yourself for a while and you've been making adjustments and changes for a while. This might be actually a very good time for you, where you might get that genius inspiration, that download from higher dimensions. Again, Uranus is the futuristic, the higher mind, higher dimensions. It comes to you from dimension whoop whoop. Yeah, so it's like angelic messengers. Thank you for the blessing. Chalita, hello Jonathan and Leanne, thank you. And Kate, Avital, thank you. And Chelo. Awesome, fantastic, cool. And Jess as well, thank you, beautiful. So you see, we know where we are. We're at homes, we are restricted, we don't have too much control, we don't have too much power. We feel maybe disempowered in some places in life. Maybe we feel kind of like, come on, man, I really want to start get going. I mean, I saved some money aside, but I'm watching the money goes down. It's like, how am I going to make money now? Again, here in Australia and Melbourne, we're doing pretty okay. In America, it is terrible. In Venezuela, it's heartbreaking to see good people coming to a place where they need to break into supermarkets, to break into milk bars, and to steal food. Young, old, girls, boys, men, women. It's heartbreaking. It's serious, right? So let's take Venezuela, for example. The people had enough. They feeling too restricted. They don't know how to survive. Toros. The survival is at risk. They don't have anything to eat. They don't have Toros. They don't have any money. They don't have a way to walk, to secure, to protect, to save their families. So they doing the rebellion. They becoming a rebels. And they doing the sudden, unexpected, shocking change. What? Jorge? You're a good man. You stealing food? Forgive me. I don't have food for my family. Jorge will never steal food if he didn't come to this place. So he had to do something that he will never usually do, out of the blue. He had to, because he needed to bring food for his family, right? So this can bring a lot of rebellion need inside of you. And I had few conversations with people in the last few days, and I could definitely see in the narrative of the talk that some people are starting to feel the need to rebel. They need to do something about this. And it's important to recognize and to identify the fact that they need to rebel and they need to do something like that, like, let's go and do that or say that. The reason why it's there is because the self is searching for a sense of self. It's searching for a sense of empowerment, of recognition, of being valued or acknowledged or heard or seen. And then this could easily play with anyone who has traumas from the past in regards to being seen, being heard, being loved, being acknowledged, being recognized. If you were a little girl that your parents didn't acknowledge you or didn't they took care of you, you were okay, you got your food, you got this, but they didn't give you love, they didn't give you attention. So already since childhood you develop this need to be loved, need to be heard, need to be seen. And this situation now will play with you through that wounding and to convince you through your ego that, yeah, let's start to just march the street and let's start doing that. But this is where the danger of Uranus comes. Because the danger of Uranus is accident. Sudden, unexpected. You didn't pay attention. Notice it's in Taurus. So if you are not grounded, Taurus, if you're not present in the moment, Taurus, if you're not finding the beauty, the pleasures, the connection and sensuality and feeling safe and secure within yourself right now, if you are feeling that, you are going to do okay with this energy. You are actually going to benefit from this energy because you are not subjected to that being triggered further by Pluto retrograde. You are actually saying, you know what? The past is dead. What was, was. Who I was, I was. What I had. Now, universe brought me into a junction in my life where I am free. I am free to recreate myself. I am free to create a new way for me to feel safe and secure. A new way for me to create abundance, to bring my income. A new way for me to be in relationship with my physical body. A new way for me to parent my children, to partner my partner. A new way for me to live on earth. To grow food, right? So if you take it to that place and then you bring in the Sun-Uranus and you meditate, or you even just, you're going through your day, but you are paying attention, you are listening to your intuition, to your feelings, to your thoughts, to the inner process. And you're not acting upon anything, you're not judging anything, you're not tagging anything, you're just watching, you're just observing these processes, these feelings, this emotion, this insight, this intuition. You want to take it further, you do your yoga, you do your meditation, and you connect with higher dimension, Uranus, you connect with higher spirit, higher self. You very much potentially in this, yesterday, today, tomorrow, while the sun is kind of dancing there with Uranus, maybe another day or two until she will kind of start fading out of him, you might have a sparking enlightenment, revelation, insight, vision, plan, concept, idea that you didn't really think about before, but suddenly it makes sense because it liberates you from the weight of the past. It liberates you from something that was stagnant and stuck and you don't want to be or do anymore, and it gives you the freedom to recreate yourself, and it comes with a new invigorating source of passion and pleasure and fun and creativity, and it's healthy for you mentally, emotionally, physically, and you can sense the sense of abundance in that. And this is how you can take this energy to the positive side. Through that, what's happening on the Pluto retrograde aspect of yours, if you are doing this good job, is that you're actually finding a new way to reclaim your power and to reclaim control, because over the last few months you were forced to be in a situation where you had no power and no control. You've been processing it, balancing it, living with it, adjusting to it, and now comes Pluto retrograde and you go like, you know what, okay, I'm not overwhelmed by this, I don't feel disempowered, I'm okay. Most of the people I speak to are loving every moment of this time, including myself. Absolutely fantastic reset to our life. More time with our kids, more time with our beloveds, more true connection, more time and attention, more coming back to basic. Instead of running around like crazy, you're finding more balance with your sleep, with your diet, with your way of living. Everything slowed down. Today I spoke to beautiful Chalita, and Chalita, was sharing with me that she loves the fact that she can be in control again with the education of her kids. Now that she's at home doing homeschooling with her kids, she, like myself, with Mali, like any other parents, we are getting insight into something that we usually don't get insight to, because we drop our kids at school, we go home, and then we come at the end of the day to pick them up. And how was your day? Cool. They tell us 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 things, but we don't know what happened, how they were taught, what they were taught, how they were spoke to, how they were treated, what was the dynamic in the classroom, how did the teacher feel on that day? Was she on a period day? Was she on a full moon day? Was the kids on a full moon day and the teacher didn't know how to hold space for that? There's a lot going on there. So, I could definitely see this rebellion spirit in Mali today. It was just like, no. Nomi comes to me and is like, it's driving me nuts all day long. No. I told her, Nomi, Sun meets Uranus, the rebellion spirit is out there, let it pass. Instead of going, it's like, if you don't listen to me, and then we develop this Pluto retrograde on Sun-Uranus. We're having power struggles, control struggles, disputes, arguments, suddenly a massive clash, and we don't want that. We don't need more crap in our life. We need to find ways how each one of us can feel empowered within itself while allowing the other to feel empowered, having control over ourselves, having control over our reactions, our interactions, and then we don't feel like we don't have control and we react and we just create stuff that are unnecessary. And so this can be very tough, upsetting, irritating, explosive to the highest degrees on one hand, and it can be the most beneficial, uplifting, rewarding, eye-opening, inspiration, a whole new perception. So to the story of Chalita said, now I sit with my son. First of all, I see what he studied. I am amazed of the level of math that he's studying. And it also gives me the real insight to how the education system work with our kids and what do they do and what do they say and how everything works. And I came back to Chalita and said, look, I feel very much similar to you. And on top of that, I actually have the opportunity to teach my son the real stuff. Look, Mali, this is how we grow lettuce. This is how we grow carrot. Oh, look, yesterday we picked up a strawberry from a plant. Look, Mali, come pick up the strawberry. Is it delicious? Good. Say thank you to the plant. This is amazing, powerful tools that our kids need, especially in this digital age. Where food come from? How do you grow food? What is your relationship with food? How much love you give it? Dedication. On top of that, they see us walking at home. We are not running around, so they see what we do. They see how we act. They see how we function, for good and bad. So if you're a functioning parent and you're doing pretty good, good on you, but there's some cases of people that completely lost themselves. And so it's important for these people to know our kids are watching us. They are watching us and they are learning how to react in this situation, how to behave in this situation. And it's the best teaching we could give them by making sure that we show them. We wake up every morning. We take care of ourselves, we have breakfast, we have our drinks, we do our vitamins, we do our exercise, we walk, we're still active, we move things. We don't just sit on the sofa all day long lazy, feeling disempowered, because if you go down that tunnel, it's going to be very, very dark as we go into retrograde season now, because as Pluto goes retrograde, the second wave will come. And with it, the numbers will grow. And the fear will grow, and all that thing will grow. And those of us who will do the other way, we will find the power in this time, and we will be able to become empowerment to our surrounding and balance into our surrounding. So, very important thing to understand about this energy. What I recommend you all to do is to basically do activities that inspire you. For some people, it's meditation. When they do meditation, they get visions, they get ideas. For some people, it's being creative. Just kind of, make a drawing, just nothing. And as you are creative, suddenly these ideas come through. For some people, it might be playing music. So, to facilitate this in the healthy way, do the healthy Taurus. Do things that brings you pleasure, fun, comfort. It is safe, it is secure. You're not taking too much risk. You're just doing something this and you sit with it. So if you sit and you plan a new idea for a new business, you are not at risk yet because you're not investing anything. You're just playing with it in your head. So as you play with it in your head, take it next step. Let's see what ideas come through to you. The reason why it's important to notice the process in the mental and the communication of all this, the expression, is because at the same time we've got SUN-URANUS and Pluto retrograde. We also have the moon approaching Venus in Gemini. Just a second. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So in Gemini, it's around our thought. It's the mental, it's the expression, the communication. It is the trade, the stock trade, markets, investments, commerce, online shopping, internet use. Uranus as well, by the way. It's technology, it's internet, it's digital, it's futuristic. So the fact that Venus is there, Venus rules Taurus, Venus in Gemini is saying, we've got things that we need to think about. We need to reflect, we need to process, we need to understand what are we doing with our money, with our income, what are we doing with our relationship, what are we doing with our family, what are we doing with our real estate, what are we doing with our health, right? So Venus all this time is in Gemini. She's kind of going like reevaluation, rethinking, processing. So as she is doing that, comes the moon, the feminine, the emotions, And it's slowly coming to it. And the moment that they will meet is later on tonight. I will tell you as I continue. But the bottom line about this is that the feelings, emotion, feminine moon is about to meet the goddess of love, the goddess of money, the goddess of finance, the goddess of health, the goddess of beauty, the goddess of pleasure and fun and quality. And so we are going, ooh, wow, we are going to feel. This is how it's becoming very interesting now, right? Because as I said, Sun-Uranus in Taurus, inspiration, enlightenment, innovation, revelation, kind of geniosity about the future, direction, how to move forward with the use of technology, with the internet, with the digital, with kind of like that kind of reflection in the department of Taurus, finance, economy, health. Pluto goes retrograde, so it steers the fear around power and control, so we could find a solution for that in an innovative way. Venus and the moon, here comes the emotions, the intuition, here comes the feeling, which is the radar of our spiritual guidance, and it comes together with Venus in Gemini. It's like, yes, let's figure this out. Let's figure this out. Let's understand what we need to do, how we need to look at this in an empowering way, in an innovative way, in a revolutionary way. Let us not fear the death of the old. Let us not cry for the past that is crumbling. It's a waste of time and energy. We need to be on the ball. Let's get going. Let's think. What am I doing? What is right for me to do? What am I doing with my finance and my economy? Let me meditate with that. Let this meditation around that subject be a process of a few days, where you let it go, and as you do your gardening, it comes back to you, and you reflect, and you see how new ideas come through. You let it go, and you cook in your dinner, and suddenly it comes back to you again, and you're like, oh yeah, that might be a good idea. You let it go, and you do your yoga, and suddenly it's like, oh yeah, I got it now. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let it be that process of not just a meditation of a now, okay, I got it, bye. Because it's a process. So from now into tonight, as we go into our dream time, what time does it happen? Let's see. It happens in... I'll tell you in a moment. Today at... tonight at around 2 a.m. 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m. I don't want to look exactly now, but it's around 2 a.m. So put it like that. Here we are, 6:47, Sun meet Uranus. Today in the morning, Pluto went retrograde, triggered that process again. 6:47 p.m., Sun comes with Uranus. The gods just go like, here is the future. And then we go to sleep on it, and in our dreams, dreams is interesting because Neptune is on the 20 degree of Pisces, and the sun and the moon, the moon and Venus meet on the 17 degree of Gemini, which means that in 3 degrees from now, so say around 5 a.m., the moon will trine Neptune, which is the dream, spirit, mystical, magical, messages, healing, miracles, and then maybe in a few days from now, 2-3 days, Venus will come there. So you see how it's an unfolding story. So I'll say to you from yesterday, pay attention to the inner process that is going on around your direction, your future, your finance, your business. What are you processing? All this is happening after Saturn squared the Sun in the 1st degree over there in Taurus, initiating the journey in Taurus. So Saturn is the restriction, the structure of the past. It's kind of a serious time for each one of us to make a serious decision. If you have a business that has been doing very well, but with this virus, with this poo, your business injured severely, you need to look into the future and try to predict. Wait a second. Here we are. The Prime Minister said we have at least 3 more weeks. So here goes April into May, mid-May, end May. By that time, we're starting to get into winter. What will be the situation by then? We don't know. We'll be going back to business? We don't know. When we will go back to business, how will it look like? We don't know. What will be the regulations of health department of the government? We don't know. How much will insurance be costing now if you walk with people and now there's a high risk? We don't know. What's the legal process you need in order to walk with people? We don't know. How many people will actually come? How long will it take people to break through the shock of isolation and the fear of this poo? We don't know. And what will be the situation of global economy in a month, 2 months, 3 months from now? We don't know, but it doesn't look good at all. So don't delusion yourself. You need to be real, Taurus. Keep your feet on the ground. Realize this time we live in. What do you need to do with your business? Will you be able to recover? Are you going to make profit this year? Are you going to be able to go through the emotion and the effort and the struggle financially of maintaining your business? Is it in a solid, good enough space? Or is this the good time to say, you know what? I've tried that. It was awesome. It was amazing. It brought me far. It gave me a lot of benefits. I look into the future. I see trouble. I think I'm going to let that go and be lightweighted so I can go through this storm with less burden and somehow come through the other side and see what I'm doing. I'm just giving you thought process, right, that you can take. And if I do that, then what am I going to do? How am I going to invent myself? How am I going to the future? So that's about that. So yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you today. We've been going on for how long? Where are we? I don't even know. Any questions on your end? Anything you want to know? Before we wrap it up, I wanted to make this a nice short one. Thank you everyone for your birthday blessings, and it's good to be here with you and to share time with you, to have a cup of tea and have some fun, and that's it. So you've heard all that I have to say. Of course, there's always more, always more, but that will do for now. Quite a big day, so recommended to meditate. I don't see any comments. Gonna wrap it up soon. Okay. All right. So, as we're about to end, anything else that you want to say? Anything else you want to talk about? Let's see. Hey, Marty, can you hear me? Cool. Awesome. Hey, Ryan, good to feel you, brother. Yeah, sending you guys all love. Let us look into the future and think in a positive way. And oh yeah, journaling. Yeah. So be careful. Don't push too hard. You don't push too hard because you don't wanna have the biz. Yeah. Relax. Take it easy. Meditate. Connect. Reflect on how you can find power, how you can find control, what you can control, and realize where you've lost your power. This is the journey now of Pluto retrograde of 5 months into October, 6 months, almost 5.5. So we're going to go through a lot of learning and lessons there. But be safe. Where is that? Hector, I've been realizing about many things and how easy it could be. Education from home, and don't force kids to go to school, as has been for ages. A new way of things and getting a good outcome. Exactly. Simone, I'm glad you tuned in too. Beautiful. And Paula and Kimberly. Of course the earth is healing. Mother Earth is laughing at us, man. She's going like, look at them now with all their machinery and technology. It's important to also know something. With Uranus in Taurus, I can tell you for sure, we are going into a sci-fi reality. We are going into a future reality that is filled with technology. And it's important to understand that it can be very daunting and threatening for some people because we love to live in a simple way with the earth. But the good story is that when the cars came out, the horse industry was terrified. It was like, oh my God, people are not going to have work now that there's no more horses, and how are we going to feed all the families? And then the car industry came in and created even more work because of mechanics, factories, all these things. The same thing now. Technology is not evil. It is a misuse of technology that can be evil. And with this Pluto retrograde, we are going to see a lot of misuse of power and control through technology, through social media, through the internet. So be very careful with the way you express your opinions. What do you like? Because everything you like, everything you express, just be very careful. And if you feel rebellious, do not do it on social media. Go out to your garden, go out to the park, and tell the tree everything you think. Hey tree, this is what I think about reality. This is what I think about the dark forces. Talk to the tree. Let it out, bring it out, but don't put yourself at unnecessary risk. Uranus, with the authorities, with the forms of power. We don't need more trouble. Which brings us to Bob Marley. We don't need no more trouble. And what does he say there? What we need is love to guide and protect us all. May that be. Love you guys. Have a good day. Lots of love to you all. Cups of tea, hot soup, blankets, comfy. Find the power inside of you. Find control inside of you. Meditate. Be inspired. Think of the future with a smile on your face of like, I am free. And if you've been unprivileged, and if you always looked at reality and society and thought to yourself, how I will ever get to be equal with them, this is your best opportunity in history, because right now most of society has been flattened down to equality. So it's a new race, it's a new reset of the entire game. So we all have equal opportunity to reinvent ourselves and to create a new life. Let's go with that positive message home. I love you all. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you soon. Thank you for the love, Evelyn. Thank you, all of you. Gina, thank you so much. Yes, we're all confronting, we're all facing, because we're all healing, we are all evolving, and that's what we need to remember. This is a process of evolution and transformation which will bring us into a much better reality, much better community, much better self, much better life. We just need to make sure that we empower the forces of love and light, and not the fear and the dark. Love you all. Be good, be safe, be healthy, and we'll see each other soon. Kisses, hugs. Yeah! Be the lions. Peace.